My name is Destiny. I'm a communications director in higher education, and I give Grammarly for Business a 4 out of 5. After using Microsoft Word exclusively for quite some time, we decided to make the switch to Grammarly simply because there were more functions, etc., and we just couldn't get by with Microsoft Word anymore. There are tons of nuances and stylistic pieces when it comes to writing that Grammarly accounts for that other products and software just don't. We chose Grammarly for Business because it's really easy to use and it's very intuitive. It's insanely easy to get started with, and so many of our team members already felt comfortable with Grammarly in general. So it was something that really made it a lot more easy to communicate with our audiences and had a lot of features for tapping into all the styles, tapping into the different methods of communication for the various audiences, tone checks, etc., that we needed, and we don't always have the time to Google, etc. So Grammarly was just a great option, especially because, as writers, at times, especially if you're up against a deadline, it's really easy to seep into a place of, okay, is this right? Is this not right? Especially if you're up writing at 3 a.m. So Grammarly really accounts for all of that and is super, super helpful and saves us a ton of time. Onboarding with Grammarly for Business was insanely easy. It took little to no time at all. Most of us were already using Grammarly, so when we transitioned over, it was insanely easy to get going with it. It's really almost as simple as a push of a button to get started, and we were on our way. We didn't have any issues along the way, and we had very few questions just because it is so intuitive and it is so user-friendly. If you're considering Grammarly for Business, I highly recommend that you just make that leap. There are so many additional functionalities that you'll get with the Grammarly for Business model that you don't necessarily get with the free version, that will help your team. However, if you are considering Grammarly for Business, definitely take into account and consideration that there are still some areas for growth within the platform, and inclusive and intersectional language such as Latinx, capitalization of Black and Brown when speaking about people, especially if it's an internal employee audience, still needs a little bit of work, because I don't think it's quite adapted to that style quite yet. But overall, it's a great platform. It's great software. I'm really glad that we have it. Again, it saves us a ton of time, and I don't think there's anything else like it on the market.